Okay, so it is day 3 of the vlog, getting ready for King of the Platform 5 in Florida this December. Dean was not here to help me set up the camera today, so already had some issues with it. Hopefully things go well. Apologies if they don't, but we should be good. Today is our heavy deadlift day, but first we are going to do some high bar pause squats. On the screen?
They can see me and I'm all the way back here.
Yeah, that's nice. Shoulders cramping up a little bit. I will do some chicken wings and we'll be back. I'll do it. Haven't gone that big time yet, did I? Because we're not competing in the Irish Pro, I'm going to squat to depth. Big air, head. Go. Good. Up. A little tighter at the bottom. Keep the tempo. Up. There we go. Okay, so the first working set. Seth? He's in my head. Okay, set 1. There we go. Yeah. Last one. Good. Yes.
Tight bottom. Let's go. Better. Yeah. Nice. Knees. Solid. There you go. Same. Nice.
Ooh. I'm not sure if you could hear Connor saying to keep the hips tucked under. I don't want to be flexed underneath, but I do want that pelvic tilt to keep me away from anterior tilt and extending the low back from around the bottom. So we'll often see the lifter coming up and everything flicks up. We want to keep that brace the whole way through. So ribs down, hips under, head back, elbows in. Yeah. Good. Nice, Connor. Abs. Hup.
Nice. Yeah, let's go, same again.
I just reviewed the footage of the last sets, and I'm doing a pretty good job of staying upright. Torso is pretty stacked, and upright isn't necessarily the goal of a squat, just stacked is, but I'm able to stay upright, so I'm going to keep it there, staying in the quads. I could do a better job though of creating a bit more lat tightness, because I'm noticing the bar is just really easily sitting in my high bar position as opposed to where kind of jammed into my low bar. So now I actually have to create more tension with my lats instead of just getting cranked into position. Ugh. So last one, a little more lats here, and we should be good.
Come on.
Okay, I think you did okay. Now we are on to our stiff leg, or stiff bar block pulls. And we're gonna run some conventional deadlifting. Hopefully I've still got what I used to have. I'm gonna run some hook grip too, see if we can hold on to the bar. Might be something there. Feels good, but 180 is a little early to judge anything. And the plan with our main movements this week is kind of to make everything look like I'm sandbagging training a little bit. So if it looks kind of easy and it doesn't feel too bad, I'll be pretty happy with it. There is no need to start pushing heavy weight just yet, but I still want to bring focus to the lift, make sure I'm doing everything right. Okay, I feel the hook starting to go a little bit, but not too worried right now. And with how exposed my mid-back kind of feels after those high bar squats, I know that even if I don't stick with conventional deadlifts going into the future, stiff bar block pulls are definitely going to just work that area even more. So there's definitely a benefit to doing them regardless. And with block pulls, one of the main reasons we run them is it kind of takes the legs out of it, so it's going to expose the back a little bit more. And it's not that we don't want to use our legs here and just turn it into a stiff leg deadlift. It just means we're not going to get as much out of them, but we still try and dial in that big push through the floor while we do them. Right, let's go. 6, 5? Yeah, I might have done an extra. Let's go, Connor. Yeah. Come on now. There's one. Come on. Better. Same line now. Come on. Go. There we go. Not too bad. And what you might be able to see if you scroll back in the video is
deadlift perfection.
is the bar kind of moving around a little bit at the bottom right as he starts to pull. And Connor's pull normally gets a little bit sticky at the top, but if he can keep that line at the bottom perfect, he can usually finish through it. But if he rushes a little bit and messes that bit at the bottom up, it tends to get a little bit stickier. And that's why rep 1 was so hard, but rep 2 and 3 were so good. And because I have relatively long arms, I've always been pretty decent. Stuff like deadlifts are okay at least. I've never really pushed good mornings that hard. Something I'm going to work on. If it carries over to my stiff leg, I know that's going to carry over to my deadlift. And this is just a warm up, so because I know this is not pushing it hard. And what I'll be looking for is using my quads to push back into my hips, slightly rounding over and overcoming that round on the way back up. $110 on the bar. Let's crank out a few good ones. Oh, definitely need to work there. The back is starting to feel a little bit pumped, but not in a debilitating way, more so just like erectors are getting work, so that's not too bad. Last one. Okay, let's do some lat work. And mean little Miana shouted at me after the last vlog to do more lat work, which she's kind of right. So we're gonna run some single arm rows now, as was already planned, but we have more lat work coming up tomorrow too. Now, if my sole intention is to grow my lats on single arm rows, I want to almost let the elbow glide alongside the rib cage. Elbows out, it's going to be a little bit more upper back. Elbows in, a little bit more lats. And because back is the focus, not grip, straps are back on for this. So Miana mightn't believe me, but the camera cut out after or before the second set of rows. But we're going to do a lot more lat work tomorrow. Now we are going to do some hamstring curls, and the plan going into the comp will be to do a lot more GHRs and some Nordics. But right now, I'm just going to get a little bit of my muscle connection with hamstrings, get some pumpy stuff going, and then these probably won't be in the program for too long. Sorry if this angle is, or you know what, you're welcome. Stay away from me. That is too light. Okay, this should be a working set. Glutes squeezed, ribs down, and squeeze. Yeah. Yeah, stuff. And what's really hard is keeping that hip tuck under and ribcage down instead of just kind of like arching into it, which we want to avoid, but it is difficult. Something I've also never been too good at are these ab row lights. And I've seen a lot of strong men and really heavy powerlifters doing these standing all the way out, holding them. It's very, very impressive, and it's something I've never been able to do. So I guess it is time we learn how to do that. And I want to keep my abs tucked the whole time, so I'm not going to go into that extension as I go out. This is an anti-extension drill. How do you normally progress those, John? What? How do you progress those? Just get better until, yeah, but like, strengthening.
You're standing back to the wall, and you're just kind of picking a spot. You just kind of inch it back.
Yeah.
You go over the wheels.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to try that today.
You kind of don't stand it, you don't need to go.
Yeah, fair.
It carries over. You never tried this, no?
No.
Oh, you're like...
Never. So Connor did the pre-script level 1, so he's making up some bullshit here. Oh, I don't know if I can swear on this. So adductor between the legs, or foam roller between the legs. Adductors are on as he does it.
By squeezing your adductors together, you're going to immediately pin and stabilize your hips.
Yeah.
So that immediately limits any hip tuck or tilt. Like, so you're literally staying in that static position. So
okay.
then all you have to do is hit this, but it's going to, like, you're going to feel that, like,
yep.
more than here. Do you know what I mean? So you're in this position, you're here.
It looks good. We'll give it a go.
Make sure it's back far enough where you're not getting.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. A lot of tips there, guys.
Squeeze now and embrace. But continue to squeeze as you extend. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. There's zero pelvic movement at all there. Yeah, that's the one.
Ooh, it feels both easier and harder at the same time.
Yeah, so it's easier. You're putting more intent, obviously.
Yeah.
Like there was zero.
Yeah, so I can definitely feel the adductors working pretty hard to help stabilize those hips. And it's actually probably taking a little bit off of the abs, but in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, like it's more global brace around there rather than just abs like tight, tight, tight.
We're here, and we're getting that full brace. We're keeping the hips under as we start to open. But this is all part
Yeah.
of that same chain as we maintain that, you know?
Okay.
So like, and then obviously then you're hitting your sternum on the upper half.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. I'm going to keep that going for sure. We're going to touch on some obliques too. I hit in all directions. QL was a little funky Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Nothing crazy, but just some bending I think is going to help us out. There's a glute squeezed. And I haven't been recording the second set of everything just for time purposes because I've got clients in after this. But I am going to hang here now. 2 sets of dead hangs. 1, open everything up here before finishing up. 2, just a little bit extra grip work. And I'm probably not going to make you watch all of this, but I'm hoping I can hang for about a minute. More, feels okay. And so plan with the dead hangs for now is not to push them super hard, just kind of to the point where it's like, okay, that's starting to give a little bit of something, but I feel good. Hands aren't dead. I'll do another set, same idea in terms of RPE. And that way tomorrow for bench, things won't feel too bad. Might be able to hold on to a little bit more range of motion, it won't be so tight. Yeah, but I'm not trying to kill myself in the grip work now during this, but I am gonna do it. All right. 1 more of these, so same idea. Not going till failure, just going till I start to feel it. A bit of a challenge, so we're not overdoing it and we can just relax into it. Okay, a little bit of shakiness there, so cutting it there. Yeah, so session 3 in the books. Okay, day 3 of prep done. Things seem to go okay, feeling pretty fresh after a session, which normally isn't the case on deadlift day. Usually lower back is pretty fatigued, and I don't know whether that is a sign of things being good or I didn't push it hard enough, but definitely got some work in. Squats, pretty happy with. Might have taken the whole way through the sets to figure out the lat stuff, but got it on. Deadlifts, even though I haven't pulled conventional in a long time, they feel like they're doing okay. Might be something I'm going to look into keeping in the program. If not, I don't really mind. They're still going to build up my back strength because Sumo has never really had an issue with my leg stuff, so hopefully building that strength in the back shouldn't be too much of an issue. It should be beneficial if anything. Then in terms of accessories, doing a lot kind of more variety around the ab work and some grip stuff. Nothing too different, but just there's more various movements, even if there's not a huge amount of volume within each one. And as you get a little bit closer to prep, I'll start to kind of hone in on which ones are more useful and drop out some of the weird stuff. Like I mightn't do as many side bends, or might get rid of the ab rollouts and keep the side bends, might get rid of the dead hangs, that kind of thing. Figure out which ones are working well. But at the minute, when we've got nothing too specific to do, I'm going to start hitting a lot more stuff. So that is that. Hopefully you've been enjoying the vlogs. I'm hoping this one turns out a little bit better. And check in tomorrow for our bench day, and I will be benching with more of the guys, so we'll see a little bit more content from them, hopefully.